Not every hunt begins with a sound. The prey does not even realize it has been targeted. Snakes do not hunt with long-distance speed or overwhelming strength. They wait, locate, and then launch a precise bite in a split second. In some venomous snake species, the venom can begin to take effect after just a few minutes, causing the prey to gradually lose its ability to resist. Welcome to the brutal hunts of snakes, where venom, patience, and a single moment decide everything. Horned viper versus sandfish lizard. The horned viper is one of the harshest survival symbols of the desert regions in North Africa and the Middle East. Their most impressive identifying feature is exactly the two scales modified into sharp horns located right above their eyes, creating an appearance that is both mysterious and highly intimidating. This horn is not just a decorative item. They help protect the eyes from sand and dust, and assist in camouflage when the snake hides itself under the thick sand layer. This assassin species possesses a unique sidewinding movement technique, helping them glide fast across the hot sand without getting burned or sinking deep. As an ambush predator, the horned viper has the ability to blend perfectly into the desert sand color, patiently waiting for prey to pass by before launching a highly potent hemotoxic venom snap. The combination of an anomalous appearance and excellent adaptability has turned them into a living legend in the heart of the desert. Instead of slithering in a straight line by using belly scales to push forward, the horned viper moves in a sidewinding style. At any one time, the snake only touches the sand at two fixed points on its body. The remaining parts are lifted completely off the ground. It throws its head and anterior body forward at an oblique angle, then pulls the tail behind. This creates characteristic parallel tracks on the sand. And its prey, the sandfish lizard. They are not an easy prey to catch either. A smooth body and modified limbs help it glide through the sand as smoothly as a fish swimming underwater. The horned viper does not chase after the prey, but only waits for the moment when the lizard stops to bask in the sun or catch insects. And if that does not happen, securing a delicious meal is beyond the horned viper's reach. Tiger keelback versus frog. The tiger keelback is one of the most unique and dangerous reptile species in Japan, as well as the East Asian region. The special point making this snake species a fascinating research subject is exactly the dual venom system that is extremely rare in nature. They not only possess venom in their rear fangs, but also have the ability to sequester toxins from their very own prey. This snake species is usually found in areas near water sources, such as rice paddies and swamps, where they can easily hunt for amphibians. With brilliant colors alternating between black, orange, and green patches, the tiger keelback looks beautiful but harbors a deadly danger. To humans, their bites can cause severe blood clotting disorders, turning them into one of the snake species that needs to be wariest of in the land of cherry blossoms. The tiger keelback usually utilizes the frog breeding season to execute the most effective hunts. When forest green tree frogs gather densely around bushes near the water surface to lay eggs and create foam nests, they become less vigilant and lose their daily agility. Their fangs are located deep at the back of the jaw, secreting a venom extremely effective at paralyzing the frog's circulatory system, leaving the prey unable to struggle or escape. When eating poisonous frog or toad species, the tiger keelback not only digests them, but also extracts steroid toxins from the prey. These toxins are sequestered into the nuchal glands located at the back of the snake's neck. The frog still tries to struggle with the last hope of survival. But once in the hands of the tiger keelback, their survival rate is almost gone. Greater cuckoo versus snake. The greater cuckoo is a bird species belonging to the cuckoo family, but has behavioral and biological characteristics completely different from its brood parasitic relatives. They particularly like hunting small reptiles such as lizards, geckos, and even small venomous snake species. The most prominent identifying feature is the blood-red eyes against the background of glossy black head and body feathers with a purple or green sheen. Unlike most bird species, the greater cuckoo has a very long and straight hind claw. This weapon helps them hold prey tight and move agilely in dense bushes. The wing feathers have a reddish-brown color, contrasting completely with the body, creating a very characteristic appearance when they fly or spread their wings. The greater cuckoo plays an important role in controlling the population of insects and small reptiles in forest edge and wetland ecosystems. They are a testament to a bird species that looks slow but possesses an extremely strong survival instinct. The confrontation between the cuckoo and snake species is a testament showing that the snake is not always the hunter. In the ecosystem, the cuckoo is truly a nightmare for small and medium snakes thanks to its ruthless predatory instinct and special bodily arsenal. The kukal uses its beak to launch thunderous pecks at the snake's head or nape, aiming to crush the opponent's skull or sever its spinal cord. Unlike high-flying birds of prey like eagles, the kukal is a species living in the low layer and bushes, so the battle with snakes usually takes place on the ground. The thick, sturdy black plumage covering the body acts as a protective layer, helping minimize the risk of being bitten back by venomous snakes during the struggle. The kukal's tactic is very similar to the secretary bird in Africa, but on a smaller scale and more cunning in dense bush clumps. Wild snake versus frog. Snakes use many different methods to subdue amphibians depending on the habitat. But today, they do not need to chase when the prey has no way out. The snake uses its tongue to collect odor molecules in the air and transfer them into the Jacobson's organ. The characteristic scent of frog skin or excretions in a narrow space like a bamboo tube will diffuse strongly, helping the snake know exactly where the prey is. The frog's greatest weapon is its extremely strong hind legs to spring away and escape. In the narrow bamboo tube, it cannot stretch its legs, turning it into a defenseless ready meal. They do not necessarily display strength through speed, but sometimes only need perseverance and making the most of the prey's mistakes or bad luck to survive. Wolf snake versus gecko lizard. Although snakes have the ability to expand their jaws thanks to flexible ligaments, each individual has a certain physical limit. The baby wolf snake has a head size only the size of a little fingertip, while a gecko's body is usually quite flat and stiff. Although the gecko's skin is soft, it is elastic and slippery. If the baby snake's teeth are not sharp and long enough, they will slip away before they can bury tight into the target. Because this is a non-venomous snake species, it is forced to rely entirely on bite force and constricting skills. If it cannot bite and hold, it cannot deploy the next step. Having to go through dozens of such failures, they finally learn how to measure prey size and precise attacking techniques to exist when reaching adulthood. Snake versus toad. In the wild, quietness is usually the curtain concealing covert events. Curled up on the arid ground, a warty toad individual silently observes all surrounding shifts. The evolved skin pigment system helps it dissolve perfectly into the environmental context. The predator reveals itself. A snake individual slithers lightly across the water terrace, continuously flicking its tongue to collect chemical signals. The friction-eliminating movement style turns this creature into a true ghost underwater. The snake launches an accurate blow. However, the mechanical pressure from the snap ruptured the poison glands under the skin, discharging defensive chemicals straight into the enemy's oral mucosa. Nevertheless, the fatal trauma causes the tiny victim to breathe its last breath. The red ant swarm pours out onto the tree branch, aiming straight at the giant individual fading away due to absorbing poison.
Pit organs to detect warm-blooded animals.
What you have just watched shows that in the snake's world, danger does not lie in sound or size, but in the ability to wait and strike at the right time. Just a moment of lowered guard can make everything end in an irreversible way. If you find this video fascinating, hit like, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring many other dramatic wild moments. Thank you for watching until the end. See you again in the next video.